Hey y'all, how you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Baked Book. Hope everybody's doing awesome on this September Friday. What is it, the 9th? So it's like 9, 9, 16. So that's a lot of multiples of 3. Well, not really, just 9, 9, 6. 16 is a multiple of 4 and 2 and 7. I guess, whatever. I don't even like math. I don't know why I brought that up. So today, I'm doing a book talk about what I just finished reading. And if you watched my wrap up in TBR, I wasn't too stoked about this book to begin with because I thought it seemed pretty shallow just based off of the book sleeve. But yeah, it really was. The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. So basically, we start off, and it's super typical. She is the daughter of a politician, and it's like, I just finished a book where it was a gender fluid child of a politician, and it's just like, man, and it reminds me of Even Stevens. Remember how their mom was a senator, and it's like there's 100 senators, you know, and for example in this, her father was the congressman of Connecticut. And it's just there's not that many, you know, I don't know. It's just a very privileged scope to begin with. And so she goes by Andy, and they don't really, Morgan Matson doesn't really try to make her likable or anything the whole time. She just seems very spoiled, very entitled, narcissistic, her mom died, and she didn't really grieve about it at all. And it's you can kind of feel for her because, you know, her dad and her are just alone in the world, and her dad's so busy, so she's had to take care of herself for the past 5 years. But, you know, as somebody that you would think would have such a advanced source of development and a very strong sense of self, she doesn't. And that, to me, that is such a core thing that a character needs to have. If I'm gonna sympathize with you, you need to have a developed sense of self. And so we start off, and she has no sense of self, and so we go through and through, and she meets a boy, and she starts walking his dog. As you can see, actually the book cover is pretty cute. It has all these puppies and ice cream trucks. I don't really know why the ice cream truck is there. Again, I think it's just some basic ploy, just girls like dogs and ice cream. And it's yeah, we get it. We do like dogs and ice cream, but fuck you, for not even having any kind of development after the ice cream. I guess her and her dad go eat ice cream at a shop, but I don't know. It wasn't an ice cream truck wasn't big enough to be on the front cover, but yeah, I think it was just kind of cover bait like that. Andy doesn't have a very developed sense of self. So she starts walking this boy's dog, and you're just okay, they're gonna hit it off. He's way better for her, or way better than her, and he has a developed sense of self. And he does. He got his GED, was published author by the time he was 14, super successful, 19 years old, has 2 books published and 2 movies made off of him. And it's just okay, this is just again, more bait. This isn't real life, this doesn't happen, this isn't relatable. And so they develop a relationship together, and that's how she begins to realize what she wants to do. I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a veterinarian. What can I do for my resume? I'm 17. If I can't do this program, I'll never get to med school, and I'll never be a doctor. And grounded and this kind of waspy bullshit. I wasn't really into it. She had friends, and they were funny together, but it's man, I bet if you you know some people like that, and they're just cliquey as fuck and probably don't talk to anybody else besides their group, and are just whatever. But there's some drama within her friend group that was super obvious, and you could tell what was gonna happen, and you just didn't care. So I don't know. I know okay, so if you're like, okay, like if you didn't like this, like you don't have to read young adult fiction. But like that's bullshit. I've read some really good young adult fiction, and this isn't even close. Like I gave it 2 stars. It is not that good. There's these like chapters of text that talk about Clark, her love interest is, this is like the story that he's writing. And then it goes back to normal text, right? Normal story. And so I started reading Fangirl today. Like, this thing where it says like the chapter and the book and who wrote it, which is like super similar. We have the author, the book, the publisher, and yeah. It's just super similar, and I was having a hard time believing that it wasn't coincidence. I feel like this book just didn't have that much original thought, but we'll leave it at there. What'd you guys think? If you liked it, tell me why, and if you didn't like it, tell me why. I've never read anything else of like Morgan Matson. Maybe it's like decent. I'm pretty much like, I don't think I'd have no inclination of like reading any more of this author. But that's like the point of this channel, right? It's just to like rant about books. And like hopefully somebody gives a shit. Like whatever. So this is, I don't know, I'm just like 10 or 15 pages into Fangirl, and it's really fun. I like it a lot. It's really quirky. I think that's like the right word for it. And I don't like to like use the word quirky that much because I always think of that SNL skit with like all the actors like pretending to be like quirky celebrities, like, I'm Zooey Deschanel and I like to knit. And like there's like Bjork and she was like, I'm an octopus, you know, just like super out there stuff. But like the language in this is just a lot more like developed, and like the characters seem like people, and it's interesting because even like this is about like a twin, like a set of like sister twins, and they're going off to college and they're separating, and like this girl is just like, I don't want to leave you, twin, who am I without you? I don't want to be somebody without people. And it's like, I get it, like you don't want to meet people, like that's a real thing. But she already seems to know who she is, you know, like she's a fangirl, she likes to read, and she like likes this special author. So I'm super excited about that one. It seems good. And then this, I tried it. I don't know if anybody's read it and they can tell me like if they liked it, or maybe like it's just super slow and it's hard to get into. The language is really tough, so maybe I just like don't want to put in the time, which could also be real. But I don't know, I hope not. Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. I got maybe like, I didn't even finish the chapter because the chapter is like 35 pages. So I got like 25 pages in and then I stopped reading. And I was like, I'll come back to this. So I mean, I think I might come back to it. I might not, like who knows. But if you read that, let me know. So anyway, that's all for today. So thanks for stopping by. So feel free to like and subscribe. Check me out on Instagram, on my bookstagram. I'm having fun on there, posting pictures and talking shit. Ciao, y'all.